Board was one of the very important sources for that. Your YouTube videos, for the explainers, the MCQ series on different reports, budget, economic surveys, that provided me with very good practice. I also extracted content out of those explainer videos to include in my notes.
ऑलिवबोर्ड का वो मेंटरशिप प्रोग्राम था, उसमें अनिल सर के 2-3 सेशंस हुए थे, तो उन्होंने भी गाइड किया कि क्या अप्रोच रखना चाहिए, अगर मेंस का पेपर के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है तो वो कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है, प्रीलिम्स के लिए अगर अप्रोच रखना है तो वो कैसे रखना है, तो इस तरह से ओवरऑल फिर एग्जीक्यूशन के साथ में हुए।
And Oliveboard was one of the very
Hello everyone, very good evening. Welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Varsha Ma'am, and here I'm in front of you with our current affairs session that we have on every Friday at 6 p.m. Okay, so in this today's current affairs session, we are going to cover the current affair events from 13th of September till 19th of September 2025. So this session is very important for all those aspirants who are targeting NABARD Grade A examination for the year 2025. Okay, so let's start our discussion. Is everything okay? The voice is okay? The screen is clearly visible to you guys? Yeah, so let's start. So there are some events that happened in the last week, okay, that we have to cover today. And let me tell you one important thing as well. Yeah, that tomorrow I'm going to take your August 2025 compilation with the help of MCQ. So make sure you guys will attend that session as well, okay? So let's start our today's discussion. Let's talk about today's in detail current affair events for our NABARD Grade A examination 2025, right? Yeah, all clear. Okay, thank you, Namdev. Let's start our discussion. Just me, just, yeah, let me cross check these screens. Yeah, everything is fine. So here we go. First thing, aspirants, please install the application of Oliveboard. It is very important. Okay, so here you can get the PDFs of all the YouTube classes, and this is a batch. You can be the part of this batch because you need to prepare your current affair and the static portion of all the subjects at the same time. Okay, and looking for the book and reading from the books, multiple books, it will be a time taking process. So what I'll suggest you, like, it would be better for you. So if you have this batch with you, because we are providing you all the detailed study notes, okay, which are exam oriented, okay, which are exam oriented, and that will help for the better preparations, right? So we have certain events that happen in this week from 13th of September till 19th of September that we have to discuss. Okay, so firstly we are about to talk Union Minister of Jal Shakti. Who is he? He is Sri C.R. Patil ji, and he inaugurates the Sarpanch Samvad National Quality Conclave to empower grassroots leadership for Viksit Bharat 2024 2047. Yeah, so we are targeting that in 2047 we will be completing our 100 years of independence. Okay, so we are planning all our government schemes, policies, programs in the direction so that it will help in the grassroots development, and it will help in the good governance of all the programs. Okay, so making all these thoughts in mind a common place to have a Sarpanch Samvad, where the Sarpanch, okay, where we are talking about the Panchayati Raj institutions and the Sarpanch of different villages to come forward and have quality conclave, like they will discuss like what the digital technologies that they are following in their villages, which is giving them the good results. So it is basically a meetup kind of, it's basically a conclave type of event happened, and that happened to empower grassroots leadership. Because if the leadership at the grassroots level or at the local bodies level will be empowered, will be more transparent, then only we can expect that our country is about to grow at the other higher levels as well. Okay, so grassroots development is important. Okay, so this meeting or this conclave is held between the Quality Council of India and the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Okay, ministry which comes under Ministry of Jal Shakti. And obviously, if you're talking about Sarpanch Samvad, like we are talking about the Panchayat Raj institution, so Ministry of Panchayat Raj is also present during that conclave. Okay, and where it was organized in New Delhi, and the main theme of this conclave is Viksit Gram Se Viksit Bharat. If our villages will be developed, they will have all the good governance, okay, then definitely our country will be more developed, because our village system, okay, the grassroots development is needed for a country to grow in all the levels. Okay, so and who inaugurate this conclave? So it was inaugurated by Union Minister of Jal Shakti, Shri C.R. Patil ji. And another question, it is important because as I'll also tell you like what the Quality Council of India do. Okay, we'll also discuss in today's session even. But here you should know who is a chairperson of Quality Council of India, Shri Jekse Shah. This is important. Please write this in your notebook. Okay, we are having these direct questions in our general awareness where you will think like from where the examiner has asked, because we had covered it in our agriculture and current affair portions. That's why I always say agriculture current affairs, economic and social issues current affair, and the general awareness. All these three parts are integrated with each other. Okay. Now moving ahead, let's talk about this conclave. So in this conclave, okay, to make it a historic milestone, how 60 more than 60,000 sarpanch from different villages, okay, they become the part of this conclave onto the Sarpanch Sanvad mobile application, and that's how it creates a first of its kind digital community of grassroots level. Okay, so with the help of Sarpanch Sanvad mobile application, 60,000 Sarpanch become the part of this conclave, like they share their ideas with the help of this mobile application. Okay, so what is like Sarpanch Samvad has shown how digital platforms are united. Okay, so there is a mobile application Sarpanch Samvad, and with the help of this application, 60,000 Sarpanch joined this conclave. And like it is also a point to mention like how digital platforms can unite and that can empower them. Okay, all the Sarpanch are mentioning their problems, mentioning the different solutions that they can follow at their villages and at other villages. Like for example, I'm working on a specific project and I came across a specific kind of challenge, and to deal with the challenge I followed a specific method. I can suggest that method to other individuals also with the help, if we all are connected with the help of a common platform. Okay, so this Sarpanch Samvad is a common platform where the Sarpanch of different villages can come together and share their ideas and how the challenges they are facing can be overcome. Okay, and our next target, so during that conclave, for the first time, 60,000 Sarpanch was united or discussed their issues and the challenges. Now, what we are targeting, our next goal is to bring all. So, we are having total 2.5 lakh Sarpanch, and we are targeting that all the 2.5 lakh Sarpanch will be on this platform. Okay, so that we will monitor the developments of progresses of all the villages. Okay, and when all the village sarpanch will be on this application, like they are mentioning, so it will create more transparency. Anyone can look into this portal and can check like what kind of progresses are going on in a specific village, where other specific needs arises and how to deal with those. Okay, so it will act as a pillar of Swachhta and Suraksha, driving India's journey towards Viksit Bharat in 2047. Right now, so we are having E-Gram Swaraj, Panchayat Advancement Index. Okay, we have Sabhasar. Okay, so these are certain e-governance and ICT tools which are already in progress, and that shows that how this ministry is working well to strengthen the grassroots governance. So when the grassroots governance will be more empowered, then only we can imagine that we will be able to fulfill our large goals. Okay, and to build truly Viksit Gram Panchayats, we must strengthen. So village water and sanitation committees should be more strengthened. Okay, they need to get all the responsibilities and authorities. Okay, so that they work well. They should adopt the e-governance for more transparency in the system. Like, what would be the advantage of having this application installed in the mobile phones of Sarpanch? See, one advantage that the Sarpanch can connect over all over the India, all the Sarpanches can connect and they can ask for the challenge, they can discuss their challenges and the solutions as well. Another advantage is when all the systems will be available in such a manner, like the people will always get a opportunity that they can connect or they can check like what kind of development projects are going on in their areas. Okay, and when you have a application in your mobile phone where all the live real time datas are updated, you always be in a situation of like you will feel that you are always in surveillance, and when you feel like that there is someone who is noticing you all the time, you do all work. Okay, you will not sit idle, you will keep on doing progresses and the works. Okay, so that's how it will create more transparency and embed gunvata in every initiative. Like every initiative will be taken with more clarity and more enthusiasm. Okay, now another thing, yeah, so, in addition to the collaboration between Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, pursuant to the MOU demonstrating shared commitment to advancing water and sanitation led development at the grassroots level. Okay, so as there is a collaboration of Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, okay, and Ministry of Jal Shakti, so they signed a MOU, okay, and which shows that there's a commitment to advance water and sanitation led development, that all the grassroots levels, all the villages should have adequate amount of drinking water facilities available, and there should be sanitation led level led development should be there. Okay, and with this this conclave happened on 15th of September 2025, and yeah, and this on the just give me a minute. Okay, and with this, on the same day, it was analyzed that we need to take it forward. Okay, we need to take this conclave forward, and we decided to have a 100-day good governance challenge on the Sarpanch Samvad mobile application, and that will start from 17th of September till 25th of December. 25th of December is a good governance day, and we will look forward like what are the challenges the different sarpanches face during this time period and how they are tackling all the situation. Okay, and that's how this challenge will mobilize sarpanch led campaigns across the country, reinforcing the panchayat's role and what kind of roles panchayats are playing in our national progress. Okay, so like we are given a task of 100-day challenge, okay, where we will come forward with the issues or the challenges we are facing in our gram panchayats and what are the possible solutions we can implement there so that our results will improve. Okay, so this challenge is like started from 17th of September and it will be till 25th of December. Okay, now another important point, that is, let's talk about Quality Council of India. Like, what are the important points about Quality Council of India that you should be aware about? One thing you should know, the who is the chairperson of Quality Council of India. Another thing is, what is Quality Council of India? So it is a premier autonomous body and it is established by Government of India. And what it do? Its main objective is to establish and promote quality standards across all sectors of the economy. Okay, so in all the sectors of the economy, we need to check the quality standards. We need to promote the quality standards. So this Quality Council of India work in this direction. Okay, and it operates through its constituent boards. So there are boards and the divisions who do their regular work, who conduct independent third party assessments of the products, services, and processes, and that's foster a quality of culture of quality that touches the life of every citizen. Okay, and the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, it serves as its nodal point. So it can be a question like which of the following is a nodal point of Quality Council of India? You will have different ministries in the option. The right answer is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Okay, Ministry of Commerce and Industry is a nodal point of Quality Council of India. Okay, so that's all about these specific news article. Now we are moving on another important news article. We all know that in the recent articles we read that the air quality of Delhi is very severe, like it is not breathable. Okay, the pollutants concentration in the particulate matters and the pollutant concentration in the air of Delhi is like it's a at a worse situation of all the time. Okay, so we need to take specific measures so that we can improve the value of air quality index. Okay, especially for the Delhi NCR region. Okay, so in this regard, Union Environment Minister, okay, Union Environment Minister chair high level review meeting on air quality management in Delhi NCR. So there's a need arises that we need to think about it. Okay, how we can manage the air quality of Delhi NCR region because it is so poor, and now we are about to enter in our festival seasons, so that will add more pollution or more air pollution. Like the air quality of Delhi is about to get more worse in the upcoming days. So there's a need arises to have a high level review meeting. Okay, and that high level review meeting will suggest some measures, okay, that we can adopt to manage the air quality of Delhi NCR region. So let's talk about them. Yeah. Now, first, what is the objective of having this review meeting? First is to assess the ongoing measures, like what are the measures, okay, what are the measures taken in Delhi NCR region for preventing and for controlling the air pollution. Okay, we know that people who are living in the Delhi NCR, like I'm talking about us also, we observe that with the passage of time, sometimes its air quality index is above 500, sometimes it is like near to 300, and then 400. So air quality is very poor here. Okay, so if the Environment Minister come forward with this review meeting, so firstly he will ask like what is the central pollution control boards are doing in this direction. Okay, what are the specific measures are taken to prevent the air pollution, and if it has already occurred, like how we are controlling the air pollution in the Delhi NCR region. Okay, and during this meeting, we have the key stakeholders who participated in this meeting, like the Commission for Air Quality Management. Okay, from government of NCT of Delhi, Haryana, Punjab, and other concerned agencies who are like under this whole area who are coming under Delhi NCR, National Capital Region. So they were participated in this review meeting. Okay, Sardar Manjinder Singh Sirsa is Honorable Minister of Environment, Government of NCT of Delhi, and Shri BVR Subramaniam, CEO Niti Ayog. They also participated in the meeting, and they also come forward with their specific measures to prevent and measures to control the air pollution. Okay, so what were the different points that were discussed here? So, like when all the ministers and all the stakeholders they come forward with the specific objectives. Okay, so Union Environment Minister he reviewed the progress on critical interventions. Okay, he reviewed the progress on critical intervention, such as are the cities or the areas in Delhi, they are having the installation and real-time monitoring of online continuous emission monitoring system, like how the system is working, is it working well? Okay, and do we have the air pollution control devices? All the air pollution control devices, are they properly deployed or not? Okay, and are we working on the execution of integrated waste management plan? Okay, so that efficient waste collection will occur and efficiently the waste will be disposed. Potential for stubble burning in the upcoming harvest season. Okay, and are we taking specific measures so that when in the upcoming harvesting season, like we are on an edge to harvest our kharif crop. So are we having specific potential for stubble burning? Like what kind of measures we are going to adopt? So all these points were reviewed, like what kind of progresses we are doing in all these directions. So our union environment minister, he discussed about all these points during this review meeting. Okay, and when all these points were discussed, different stakeholders come forward with their ideas and with their specific measures they're adopting. So it was realized that now the time has come, there is a need to have a coordinated approach, like all the agencies who are working forward in this direction to prevent and control the air pollution in Delhi NCR region, they have to come forward in a coordinated manner. Okay, otherwise we will not be able to deal with this challenge further. Okay, and there is a need for integrated command. So we need to work upon integrated command and control center so that air pollution control measures will be monitored by different agencies, and wherever we feel like that these measures are not working well, we will come forward with new measures, or we will do the requisite changes in the specific measures to get the good results. Okay, there's a need to fight against air pollution. So these were some common points that comes out after the meeting. Obviously we know about these points. It's not a new thing. Okay, it's not a new thing. We all are aware about these points. So these were the points that were discussed in the review meeting. But see, for example, in our offices also, in our corporate offices also, what happened, like after 2 or 3 weeks, or after, like on every week, our managers take our meeting, okay, and he discuss about the goals and the objectives, or our like KRA and other things, KRA and other things were discussed, like how to work and what are the important points that we have to take care of. Okay, so basically, it is like a knock. It is like a poke, like someone is observing you, and if you will not do your work well, he will take specific actions against you. So these review meetings are like that. Okay, all the stakeholders will become attentive now, and they will start doing their work with more energy, with more seriousness. Okay, so this is the reason why these meetings are organized on a regular basis. Okay, and we know that on 16th of September we have the World Ozone Day. Okay, we know that ozone is very important. Ozone layer is present in the stratosphere, and this layer have a very important role. Because of this layer presence in the stratosphere, we are protected from the harmful UV radiations to reach us. Okay, and we are not having any health hazards. But in in the present time, we had observed that the AC gases and greenhouse gas emissions and the emissions of chlorofluorocarbons has led in the depletion or the thinning of the ozone layer. Okay, and in this regard, a Montreal Protocol was signed. Okay, a Montreal Protocol was signed where the specific measures were discussed so that the we can control the emission of ozone layer, right? So this year we celebrate the 31st World Ozone Day. Okay, and the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change come up, okay, and discuss about all the specific points that was discussed during the Montreal Protocol. Okay, so let's talk about all these points. Now, first thing that you should be aware of, what is the theme of World Ozone Day 2025? From science to global actions. Okay, so from science to global actions in this direction, emphasizing the power of, so now we have scientific discovery to assist policy formulations and inspire international cooperations, demonstrating that collective action based on scientific evidences can protect our planet and its future. Okay, so specific measures were taken, specific measures were discussed, that if we follow all these science and all these scientific evidences, okay, and we take collective actions, okay, so we will be able to protect our planet now also and in future also. Okay, so this was the emphasis of this theme for World Ozone Day this year. Okay, and who were present during the celebration of World Ozone Day? So this event was graced by Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Shri Tanmay Kumar, resident representative of the United Nations Development Program in India, Miss Angela Lucici. Okay, so these individuals were present during the celebration of World Ozone Day, 31st World Ozone Day. And what were the important points discussed during that meeting? So let's talk about. So under the Montreal Protocol, so Montreal Protocol was signed with this state on mind that we need to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases or all such gases which are leading to the depletion of ozone layer. Okay, so under the Montreal Protocol, scientists and industry they worked together and they decided to eliminate 99% of all ozone depleting substances. Okay, so it was decided that we need to eliminate all 99% of all ozone depleting substances. Okay, we need to take specific measures. We need to take specific measures so that 99% of all ozone depleting substances will be eliminated, okay, which is causing the ozone layer depletion basically, right? And by regulating the production and the use of ozone depleting substances, Montreal Protocol has significantly by regulating the production and the use of ozone depleting substances, Montreal Protocol has significantly contributed to the climate change. Okay, it has, yeah, because of which we have observed that now our ozone layer is healing. Okay, now our ozone depleting substances are eliminated. The production and the use of all these ozone depleting substances are regulated, and that's how we are seeing a positive change in the ozone layer. Okay, now the Indian Cooling Action Plan. Indian Cooling Action Plan Development and Implementation Framework demonstrates a high interministerial and cross-sectoral collaboration in laying out actionable pathways. Okay, and it provides sustainable cooling to meet cooling needs while neutralizing its negative impact. Just give me a minute, aspirants. Okay, so this Indian Cooling Action Plan Development and Implementation Framework demonstrates high interministerial and cross-sectoral collaborations in laying out actionable pathways. Okay, and it provides sustainable cooling to meet cooling needs while neutralizing its negative impact, right? And steps taken by the ministry towards promotion of, okay, so during this meeting we discussed about the Montreal Protocol and we also discussed about, okay, uh, all these specific measures were discussed and the steps taken by the ministry towards promotion of indigenous development of local global warming potential. Okay, low global warming potential refrigerants. Okay, we are working in the direction that we will have low global warming potential refrigerants, including collaboration with the Indian Institute of Technology. See, we know that we cannot reduce the uses of refrigerator. It has become uh, like a household need. Okay, but we can do specific measures like as we have now energy efficient equipments. Okay, for saving the energy or electricity. Similarly, we need to go for specific electrical appliances. Okay, where this global warming potential will be low. Okay, so these are some steps taken by the ministry where we are promoting the uh, indigenous development of, like we are working on development of all these low global warming potential refrigerants. Okay, and it is in the collaboration with the IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. Okay, and this Montreal Protocol, for the first time when it was signed, so it demonstrated collective action based on scientific evidences can protect our planet and its future. Okay, and that is also the theme for this year. Okay, that is also the theme for this year. If all the stakeholders who are working in this direction and all the scientists, they come forward to with specific measures to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions and all those pollutants which are causing the depletion in the ozone layer, then we will be able to protect our ozone layer from further depletion. Okay, and the initiative of providing training equipments to the industrial training institution and all the ITIs or industrial training institutions, they should have training equipments, okay, so that they will lead to the development of skilled workforce in the country in the refrigeration and air conditioning sector. Okay, when all the training equipments will be provided, so they will work in this direction to produce low global warming potential refrigerants. Okay, and these refrigerants will not cause any negative, like not reduce the negative impact on the ozone layer. Okay, and other initiatives which are taken by the Environment Ministry in this direction is Mission Life. So Mission Life stands for Lifestyle for Environment, which is a campaign. What it do, it promote and encourage a sustainable and environmentally conscious way of living through mindful choices and decision in daily life towards an environment conscious lifestyle. Okay, so this is another initiative in this direction, like how we should take specific decisions on our regular life basis, so that all these mindful choices and decisions in our daily life, they should be taken with having a thought of environment. Okay, like with this with are these actions, are we causing any harm to the environment, or is it a environment friendly actions? Okay, so certain these initiatives are also taken. Okay, and we have this Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam initiative, flagship initiative of the Prime Minister, which is also in this direction, okay, for the sustainable future and the protection of planet Earth. Like every, this is basically to have an emotional connection with the plantations. Okay, when we plant certain trees with the name of a person, we always have a specific attention toward that thing. For example, I'm planting trees in my home, and I am considering that this plant is for a specific individual, so I'll take extra care of the plant. Okay, with that thought, because I feel emotionally connected with this. Okay, so this is a specific measures. Another is, so these were the mentioning by the Secretary of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and the Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change during this specific gathering on World Ozone Day. Oh, other than that, Miss Angela Lucigi, she also come forward with on this specific day to address uh, like what are the specific measures we had taken till now and what are the specific measures we need to take in the upcoming time, okay, so that the ozone depletion substances production will be reduced to a good level. So first thing she did, she appreciated India's achievement. Now we had achieved a target of 67.5% reduction target in hydrochlorofluorocarbon production and consumption from its baseline. Okay, and the complete phase out of hydrochlorofluorocarbon 141B in 2020. Okay, in 2020, 141B was completely phased out, and now we have 67.5% reduction target. Okay, so this is an achievement for us. And other than that, she also mentions United Nations Development Program supports to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in equipment. Like we are targeting that we will develop low global warming potential refrigerants. Okay, and we are like we are mentioning that we will train the we will train individuals in this direction, so that they will work in this direction for the production of low global warming potential refrigerants. Okay, so she mentioned that UNDP support Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in equipping 120 ITIs, Industrial Training Institutes. Okay, and they will provide advanced tools for refrigeration and air conditioning training, linking ozone protection with green skills, jobs, and livelihood. Okay, so when more people will be engaged in this sector, so definitely it will give the job opportunities, and we are moving in the direction of green skills in the jobs as well. Okay. Another important points to mention, like what are the key highlights of the World Ozone Day 2025? One key highlight is that now the time has come. Now we need to come forward with some green skills. Okay, and that is related to refrigeration and air conditioning training equipment provided to industrial training institutes. Okay, so when these training equipments will be provided to industrial training institutes, they will start working in this direction, and we will have more advanced equipments available which will reduce the emission of these gases in the atmosphere. Okay, another key highlight is, yeah, so these training equipments will enable RSC trade students and prepare them so that they will prepare and install these equipments using best practices. Okay, when you see, for example, the industrial training institutes are majorly dealing with practical exposures. And for the practical knowledge of something, you need equipments. If you are not having the equipments, you are just teaching the students that these are the skills you have to work upon. They will not learn the practical exposure of it. Okay. So this World Ozone Day work upon providing all the training institutes to the in the to this industrial training institutes, so that these students will be aware about this installations work and how these specific things will be managed. Okay, so that what will happen in the future, in coming future, the issues related to this will be handled well. Okay, issues related with this will be handled well, and with the in the meantime, this low global warming potential refrigerants will be launched in the market, and that's how we will contribute in this direction. We will reduce the emission of these gases in the atmosphere. Okay, so this was also discussed, which is in addition, it will help in development of skilled work. We will have the skilled workforce in the country in the refrigeration and air conditioning sector, considering industry requirement during the ongoing hydrochlorofluorocarbons phase out and the hydrofluorocarbon phase down, which is to be implemented as part of the Kigali amendments to the Montreal Protocol 2028 onwards. Okay. And obviously, we need to create some awareness. So, to create the awareness among the school children and other population, other public competition, national level competition was organized in the category of poster making and slogan writing, so that the school children will be aware about the World Ozone Day. Okay, and these events were organized in collaboration with National Museum of Natural History. Okay, so that the school children will know about, like, this is a ozone layer and we need to take care of it. We need to take specific measures to protect our ozone layer if we want to save the life of the future generations as well. Okay. Next, 27th edition of the Montreal Protocol, India's success story was released. So this is a 27th edition. Okay. See, this is a 31st World Ozone Day, but India has released a 27th edition of the Montreal Protocol, where India's success stories were mentioned, like how much we had achieved as per the Montreal Protocol implementation. So all these points were discussed. Okay, and the publications were released. So there's a publication on study on techno-economic feasibility of district cooling system in India. And this study assesses the techno-economic feasibility of adoption of district cooling system in different climatic zones of the country vis-a-vis conventional cooling system. And with that, there was a study on low global warming potential alternative technologies for chillers in large air conditioning buildings. So in the large air conditioning building, there's a need of chillers. So this chillers, study of chillers were done. Study access the use of chillers with low global warming potential technologies in large buildings for meeting, so their cooling requirements will be fulfilled. See, it is a need of the building, like the large companies or the buildings who are working in this sector, like production of excess of heat. If we not have these coolers or will not have these refrigerants or chillers, it can cause excess heat in the specific area that can even cause any hazard also. So in these areas, we need this. Now we are working in such a direction that we will have this low global potential, low global warming potential refrigerants or equipment, so that okay, these equipments will be needed, but at least these equipments will release less greenhouse gases or this freon gases or AC gases in the atmosphere, so that ozone depletion will be reduced to a good level. Okay, so we are working in this direction with all these specific measures. Okay, and other than that, during this 37th sorry, 31st World Ozone Day celebration. We also talk about specific studies on best practices for installation and maintenance of ammonia, low global warming potential alternative technologies in cold chain. Okay, where all these technologies were discussed, where we can use these technologies that will reduce the greenhouse gas emission or or the ozone depleting substance in the atmosphere. Okay, so that's all about the discussions happened. So that's all about the discussions happened on the 31st Ozone Day. You need to know about the theme of 31st Ozone Day and all the important key highlights mentioned by the different individuals during that specific meeting. Okay. Now we talk about the news of Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. So Department of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare launches activities under Swachhata Hi Seva campaign. So this is not the only the Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare that is launching activities in this direction. Other ministries had also launched different activities in this direction that we need to take specific steps towards Swachhata Hi Seva campaign. Okay, where specific measures were discussed. Okay, and this Swachhta Hi Seva campaign is spearheaded by the Department of Drinking Water and Sanitation, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Okay, and it is from 17th September till 22nd of October. Okay, 22nd of October, basically, we have the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan launched on 2nd of October in 2019. Okay, sorry, in 2014 or I think 2015, and we are working in this direction to make it a successful one. Okay, so this year we have the Swachhta Hi Seva Abhiyan. Okay, and as we know that now we are recognizing the 2nd of October as Swachh Bharat Divas also. Okay, so we mentioned all these points here. And this Swachhta Hi Seva 2025 campaign is being implemented in a whole of society approach. Its main emphasis on people's participation and the vision of making sanitation everywhere, that we all need to focus on sanitation practices. Okay, at our level, we need to take specific measures that all the actions we are doing, they are related with the sanitation. They are not causing any harmful impact on our health. Okay, so Swachhta Hi Seva campaign have this objective of sanitation everyone's business. Okay, and in addition to Shramdan and advocacy efforts, so this year's campaign had a special focus on. So these are the different events like Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivers, transformation of cleanliness target units areas often neglected or difficult to clean, posing environment health and hygiene issues. So this Swachhta Hi Seva campaign is targeting or specially focusing on Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivers. Okay, there are specific places or where which are very difficult to clean, okay, and which are still neglected. Okay, so this year a special focus is on all these areas. Okay, and with this Swachhta Hi Seva campaign, different series of activities were planned across the subordinate, attached, and autonomous bodies, PSUs, and field offices throughout the country. Okay, where the different individuals or the family members of the Safai Karamcharis participated and they come up with the ideas like what are the different challenges they are facing and all. Okay, where mostly activities during this Swachhta Hi Seva campaign was around these five thematic pillars where transformation of cleanliness target units, clean public spaces, Safai Mitra Suraksha Severs, clean green Utsav, advocacy for Shwasa. Okay, so all these events, all these were the thematic pillars around which this Swachhta Hi Seva campaign was held. Okay, so this is about this particular news article. Now let's talk about the last news article of today's session, and that is about world-class blue ports. Okay, so India is working in the direction of for the development of its fishery sector. Okay, we know that we are having immense potential in the fishery sector. So as it is mentioned in our union budget for the year 2025-26 also that we need to take specific measures so that our fishery sector will give us a good economy boost. Okay, like we are working to exploit maximum of the potential or the immense potential of our marine sector. Okay, So India and Food and Agriculture Organization, they join hands to build world-class blue ports. Okay, so this is about the developments of blue ports. Okay, the first webinar on capacity building series held. So in this direction, first webinar held. Okay, and what are the important points that were discussed during this webinar? So let's talk about them. So Department of Fisheries, which comes under the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, it signed a technical cooperation program. Okay, there's a technical cooperation program. Agreement was signed by the Department of Fishery with the Food and Agriculture Organization, and this comes under the United Nations, and that is to strengthen blue port infrastructure in India. Okay, and this Department of Fisheries organized the first webinar. So when it comes with like they are going to have an agreement, okay, they are going to have an agreement. So there's a need arises that there should be a webinar where all the important points will be discussed now. So if two organizations or two or more than two organizations are coming forward with a common objective, they need to talk forward about all the challenges or about the objectives and all the specific measures they have to took forward uh, in upcoming time, right? So similarly, the Department of Fisheries, it organizes first webinar under this FAO's technical cooperation program. Okay, as part of a series of there are three webinars, and this is the first webinar that held. And after that, physical workshops we are planning further. We are planning physical workshops also, and these workshops will help in capacity building and share global best practices. Okay, so all these global best practices will be shared with the people who are living in the coastal areas so that they can adopt them. Okay, and Dr. Abhilaksh Likhi, who is he? Who is he? He is Secretary of Department of Fisheries. He addressed the webinar. So this first webinar is addressed by Secretary of Department of Fisheries, and the topic of this first webinar is foundation of a blue port. We are working the direction for building our blue port infrastructure in India. So firstly, we need to talk about its foundation now. Generating value in fishing ports. Okay, so first topic of the webinar is foundation of a blue port. Okay, and during this webinar, we have the different delegates who attend this webinars, and it is also attended by Mr. Takayuki Hagiwara. Who is he? He is FAO representative in India. Please mention in your notebook who is the FAO representative in India. Okay, you might have the question related to this. Another important points that were discussed. So during this webinar, okay, during this webinar, emphasize that fishing ports are not just, so they are not just physical infrastructures. Okay, they are fishing ports. Okay, we are working for the developments of fishing ports, but they are not the physical infrastructure that we are developing. Actually, we need to develop it with all the modern technologies so that they will act as a strategic gateways to economic prosperity, ecological sustainability, and social inclusion. Okay, so we are developing these infrastructures with having all these goals in mind that it will work for the economic prosperity, ecological sustainability, and social inclusion as well. Okay, so our government is taking step ahead so that these ports will emerge out for the development of this fishery sector. Okay, and if our fishery sector will be more developed, what kind of advantages we will have? Like we will have strengthened national food and nutritional securities. Okay, so these blue ports will help in strengthening our national food and nutritional security. Okay, so with this, we want to have the advanced technologies to be inculcated in this infrastructure development. Okay, like the 5G, AI, automation, and digital platforms. Okay, and as we know, we have the contributions of flagship scheme like Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, Fisheries Infrastructure Development Fund, okay, which are working in this direction for the development of all the infrastructures for the fishery sectors. Okay, similarly, this port, okay, this blue ports will also come forward with all the developments in the fishery sector, right? Now the session covered. So during this webinar, we discussed about the roadmap, like what kind of roadmap we will follow. Okay, and what is our objective of following this roadmap so that it will be towards more sustainability, stronger stakeholder collaboration. And when, for example, whenever we talk about any such projects, we always take a successful example, like if there is any other nation or any other city worked in this direction and get a very huge success, so we need to mention it, like we all wants to be like him or her, or we all wants to be like this country. Okay, similarly during this webinar, there was a case study on the port of Vigo, which is in Spain. Okay, that shows a successful implementation and participatory discussions on the key challenges and possible actions for adopting. So, for adopting this blue port approach in India, we took an example of port of Vigo. Okay, they follow specific strategies which help in dealing with all the challenges, okay, related with this blue port approach. Okay, similarly, we'll also take the help of these practices to make this project success in our country, right? Another important points I discussed. So let's talk about FAO, like Food and Agriculture Organizations Technical Cooperation Program. So let's talk about this program. So why this technical cooperation program is implemented? It is to basically to strengthen our blue ports. Intends to assist the government of India to strengthen so that our fishing ports will be more strengthened. The technical capacities will be more strengthened to address the main environmental, social, and economic challenges that affect the aquatic value chain. Okay, two pilot fishing ports is specifically Vanakbara in Diu and Jakau in Gujarat. Okay, they will get the benefit from this technical cooperation program. So in the beginning, we are not targeting, like we are saying that we will take like all the ports of our country will get the benefit from this. So initially we are working in developing this port, blue port, and these two pilot fishing ports which will get benefit from this technical cooperation programs are Vanakbara in Diu and Jakau in Gujarat. Okay. And also a capacity building program will be provided aimed at public and private stakeholders to better comprehend the main challenges and orient solutions that will address the sustainability of fishing ports, right? Now, Blue Port framework. So if we talk about this framework, so this is the leading, so Department of Fishery is the main department which is leading the development of Blue Ports framework, with all the technologies should be used or should be implemented in such a manner that they will be more environmental sustainable. Okay, and three pilot harbors, namely Vanakbara in Diu, Karakail in Puducherry, Jakhau in Gujarat, they have been approved. So till now these three ports are approved. Okay, and these modern harbors' main aim is to revolutionize the post-harvest fishery infrastructures by ensuring safer, cleaner, and more efficient operations for India's fishing communities. Okay. And so they are supported under the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, which is having the main, basically that is to support the fish farmers, so that they will get all the important facilities available who are working in this direction. Okay, and we are working on the eco-friendly features also, right? So that's all about today's very important news article. So here I think we discussed 4 or 5 news articles, okay, and all the news articles are important. Okay, you need to go through all the important news articles, even though I had mentioned some important personalities' name with today's current affairs session. Please make your proper notes related to all these things. And this is a batch aspirants, okay. Yeah, if you are targeting the NABARD grade examination in the year 2025, you can take the help of this batch. You will definitely get so many things covered in a very less time, in a very effective manner with this batch, okay? And another thing that you can do, you can connect with me, okay? And this is a RBI grade B preparation kit, okay? You can take the help of this kit also. And you can connect with me on my Telegram, that is Varsha Ma'am, right? So you can ask your queries there also, and that's how you can do it preparations with us. Okay, so now I'm ending the session for now. We'll meet in the next class. Bye bye.